Hello there, and welcome back to Two Grumpy Retro Gamers. This week, we're sponsored by Bud Light. You can drink it, you can put it in your cupboard, you can put it in your fridge, just put it in your mouth. I'm Keeper Fighting Force Longdon.
Oh, don't put that in the cupboard. Oh, just Mike, you alright?
Just Mike.
Just Mike. That's right, we're playing the well-known Super Mario Brothers on the Nintendo Entertainment System.
We could just call it the Nintendo. It wasn't
Nintendo, yeah.
Yeah.
First time for us actually playing this one.
Two Grumpy Retro Gamers exclusive.
The big grey box. Not bad design for seeing that something that came out in 1985. Yeah.
Showing its age. Before we were born.
Before he was born, actually, yeah.
That's all good at least.
Yeah, that's good. It takes this big chunky cartridge. It's got like a 72 pin design.
Right.
Slots right at the front. It's pretty durable.
Yeah,
you know?
okay, yeah.
It's never going to break because you're not going to scratch a disc, got you? So, they were pretty well made back then.
I suppose when you look at this, the progression technology to today, when you've got a Nintendo Switch which has come full circle and is back on cartridges again.
Yeah.
The cartridges are like that size, whereas a NES cartridge is about that.
Yeah, we won't take it out just in case.
No, just in case the NES starts blinking at us, which frankly this machine hasn't.
The moment you turn it on though, bam, you're on the screen already.
Yeah.
It's incredible how fast it is, 7 so old.
Absolutely fantastic.
Obviously discontinued in 1996.
Was it?
Yeah.
Decent innings.
Yeah. I would say so, yeah.
I believe actually in Japan it was discontinued officially in 2003.
Wow.
Yeah, so the rest of the world was sort of 90s, 95, 96.
Yeah.
Japan 2003.
Mm.
So, GameCube was in its stride by that point, but the Nintendo Entertainment System and SNES were also coming to the end of their lives, discontinued in 2003.
Oh.
There you go.
Why this game?
Why this game?
Why this game?
I don't really have a massive selection of NES games, I've got to be truthful, so we had to pick something from the cellar and see what we had, and Super Mario Bros. Was the pick. It came out, but yeah, okay, that's fine. So we thought we'd cover this one first. It's it's a staple for the NES. When you think of NES, you think of Super Mario Bros. Sequel to the 1983 Mario Bros. Arcade game, and I think it has gone on to become a household name. This game.
Yeah, definitely.
You think of this game constantly.
Well, this is actually meant to be the greatest game of all time.
Is it really?
Yeah.
We need to stop doing this.
Yeah. This is meant to be number one, they reckon.
No, I mean, we need to stop doing Two Grumpy Retro games.
Yeah. Stop now.
Just kidding. Right, so what we have here is a game, as you said there, I think, did you touch on the fact this game was released in 1985? Or hardware?
Hardware I was on hardware.
So the game was released in 1985 for Japan and the Americas, came to Europe and Australia 2 years later, 1987. However, the back of the packet of this particular version says 1990, so I don't really know what I believe.
Oh, you seem a bit disappointed of that. I mean, we wasn't even born.
Yeah, I know.
It's not like we waited for it, is it?
I know, but I feel it's a bit sketchy with the details. It's a game that's so
you feel sorry for our last generation of gamers.
having to wait 2 years for the games to come out. Hearing about it in various gaming rags back in the day, and Games Master wasn't around then, so
no.
It's all good. They were lied about it anyway.
But everybody knows Mario is such a big franchise.
Yeah.
I mean, itself, it went on to having a cartoon, full-length feature film with Bob Hoskins. Remember that?
I don't think I actually saw the film. I didn't want it tarnishing my memory of Mario.
I did.
Really?
Yeah. Of course, many games. Super Mario 2 and 3, Super Mario World, Super Mario Run.
Yeah.
Super Mario Maker. It's a lot of supers.
Super Mario. Well,
Mario 64.
We're going 3D ones as well. Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Odyssey.
That's right.
For the Switch later this year.
Should definitely have a good game. Mario Kart.
Mario Kart.
So
there's a lot of the Mario Kart 64.
Yeah.
Loads of them. So
it carries on, doesn't it?
It does. The list just literally, continues over and over. Super Mario Ball. So basically, we've got 1 or 2 player action in this game. So the 1 player mode you play as Mario. In 2 player mode you play as Mario and his sibling Luigi, which nobody, let's face facts, ever wanted to be. Always your younger sibling would be Luigi.
I quite like the Luigi games. He goes off by himself.
Yeah,
I quite like those.
Doing his own thing.
Yeah,
going solo.
Yeah.
Always ends up gravitating back to Mario though, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Always. Loser.
That's right, yeah.
So the basic story of this is the Mushroom Kingdom has been attacked by a tribe of turtles called the Koopas, and that's led by Bowser, who's put some sort of black magic on the kingdom, which turns all the residents into objects. And the only person who is actually able to reverse this spell is the Princess Toadstool. Now she's actually been kidnapped by Bowser, predictably. So Mario, non-assuming plumber, has decided that he's going to sort things out, save the day, and clear some drains while he's there as well, presumably.
Yeah, probably.
Oh God, close to the knuckle here, boy.
No, I'm not right.
It's alright, it's okay. It's okay. So it's Shigeru Miyamoto and Takashi Tetsuka, something like that, who created this game, and they were in sort of Nintendo's like R&D departments back then.
I didn't know who started. We wanted to start playing the game or not. That's for.
Oh no, you can't fill your boots.
Yeah,
that's it. Don your red cap. Did you start?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Don your red cap and let's do it. Right. So I mean, we've got a sprightly, almost arcadey based game here, which popularised the 2D sort of running platformer, and you can see it's still really quite impressive to play. I mean, the NES joypad is actually very responsive, and you only need these two buttons to do what you're doing here. I'm not even sure where I'm going. I'm not even sure I'm supposed to be going.
Well, it's usually this way. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
It's a 2D game.
One thing that's worth noting with other Mario games, you can go backwards, and this you can't.
No.
So there is no going back to the past.
That's right.
Okay. That was quite some lift on that flag, I think.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think credit where credit's due there.
Yeah, yeah.
They're not going to give me any, but it's alright. You people watching, not you people, but you can give me some credit in the comment section and a subscription. That'd be great. So, we have here numerous different level designs. Everything's different enough just to keep the game very, very interesting.
Yeah.
I want to get that before I end up off screen.
Yeah, true.
Various different power-ups through the flowers. Now, you've got sort of the mushrooms that make Mario bigger, and the flower gives him the power-up. In later Mario games, naturally they expanded very much on this idea, and you had different suits and abilities that you could gain in the game. Most notably, Super Mario Bros. 3 added was it raccoon suit?
Yeah.
Yeah, which allowed you to fly for a temporary amount of time.
That's right.
Which is a godsend, really. But that's a fantastic piece of software, and one we'll cover at a later date, I'd like to think.
Oh yeah. I don't think we'll cover the first Mario. So you couldn't really do any of this, could you?
Oh, what, the arcade game?
Yeah.
No, and I don't. Is it even on the NES? I thought it was on like the Atari and stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Atari.
And we don't have an Atari here. We don't go that far back. Don't go into personal computer territory. Although that being said, we might cover the 2600 one day.
Yeah.
If we get one.
Yeah, might do. I mean, you can't really complain with the game, I guess, can you?
No, it's good. It's good for what it is.
Yeah.
It's quite enjoyable. Now, as somebody who's quite a critic of 2D based Mario games, I usually don't like them at all. I won't play them. I don't really like the new Super Mario Bros. Series. I was most let down by the Wii U iteration of the game. I didn't really like it at all.
No.
But at the time, it was all I had.
I think
I feel sorry.
because I'm not really a top Mario fan. I mean, there was always a Sonic fan.
Yes, me too.
But I would say the games I enjoyed was this one and Mario 64.
Yes.
Of course, the carts as well.
I'm with you. I think the 3D based Mario games are certainly the superior games, and I could be lambasted for my decision there, but I feel that the 3D Mario games are better. Moreover, the ones that didn't have time limits. I really don't like time limits in games. It frustrates me and stresses me out. I feel a grey hair popping out already here with all this time limit business.
Oh.
There we go. We sucked.
Yeah, big time.
Right, so this game was designed actually as a swan song for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yeah.
As they were moving on to the Famicom disc-based system, concentrating on sports games. So I would say that this game probably reversed that decision somewhat, because the NES, as you said, was kept in development until the mid-90s.
Yeah.
And I feel that had this game not come along, we would have had a very different landscape of the 8-bit generation.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you would have had the Famicom disc system, and maybe the NES wouldn't have had its stranglehold on the market that it did back then, because it did.
Yeah.
Nintendo played a very bullish game with developers and publishers that the games had to be on the NES only. So the Master System was very much left out of the loop.
Yeah.
The PC Engine as well didn't get its fair share of a drink, so to speak. So Nintendo was seen as a very bully boy corporation when you approached them for all your games. So they didn't help themselves there, really.
No.
When you think of some of the failures they've had, Virtual Boy, Wii U, I suppose they got their comeuppance for that, really.
Yeah.
But
did you ever get around to playing Virtual Boy?
I own a Virtual Boy.
Did you play it?
I did play it.
Yeah.
Yeah. My eyes bled for a little while.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Nothing but red, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Lots and lots of red.
Lots
What about reds?
I saw red, certainly. We're ripped off. So basically, this game, over the original Mario Bros. Game, added the stomp mechanism, which allows you to jump on the enemy's heads, which the original game doesn't do. I'm not even too sure Mario Bros. 2 does it though, because that's based on a totally different game. I don't think you can stomp on them, and it's very frustrating. I found a lot of platformers around that time were annoying that you couldn't do that. I think DuckTales, you had to press a button to be able to do an attack on enemies, and things like maybe one of the Disney games, Castle of Illusion, Lucky Dime Caper, something like that. 8-bit game didn't allow you to stomp on the characters, and that was really irritating.
Yeah.
You've got to have that. You've got to have that. But
It's
it's
literally
like,
just dodge them and run.
yeah,
sort of
absolutely.
games, isn't it?
I think this is why Sonic really won the day in the 60s.
Oh, yeah.
Certainly. Controversial decision there, actually. But there was originally a gun stage to this game. Did you know that?
What, to Mario?
Yeah, there was a Mario like gun stage to this, but they decided to keep it as a platformer only, just to keep continuity in the game, keep it a very simple platforming title. I think it's better off for it. I don't know whether it was something that maybe worked with the Zapper or whatever. Classic excuse to sell you some more peripherals. Everyone remembers the Zapper bundle for their NES, don't they? And less said about Rob the Robot, the better.
What do you think it takes mushrooms for him to grow?
I like to think that he's actually getting high.
I think that, I think it's a secret way, like he's having some magic mushrooms, which they probably was taking themselves.
I like to think that actually he heads off to work in his transit van in the morning. It's very mundane work. Right, he goes to a job. He's gone under the sink, realises there's a little bit of fungi, Mother Nature, growing under the sink. So he takes one of them, and all of a sudden he's in this lucid dream where he's stomping on like little mushroom creatures, right? And cracking his head on boxes. When in actual fact he's cracking his head on the sink because he's on, he's having a lucid dream. So that's my fantasy about it. I feel that's what's happening. You know,
we already grew up with this being famous.
Yeah.
But how would you think about it, knowing that this game's coming out? You play as a little plumber, and you stamp on little creatures and stuff like that. You think, it's not going to be a good game, is it?
There was actually a court case for this. It was apparently to do with violence in video games. That this was considered a violent video game.
Wow.
Yeah, along with cartoons like Roadrunner as well.
God.
Absolutely crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, fast forward a few years and you've got something to moan about with Night Trap. So, cover that in another episode.
Yeah.
Right. So this came out on the virtual consoles for the 3DS, the Wii and the Wii U. So it's kind of a big deal. Nintendo know it's a big deal. People love it. So much so that this sold over 40 million copies combined across the formats that it came out on over years. There were subsequent versions of the game. It appeared in 1993 on the Mario All-Stars collection, which was mostly packaged in with Super Nintendo hardware around that time, up to about 1996. Super Mario Deluxe, which was on the Game Boy Color, that was 1999. And you also had it featured in the GameCube release of Animal Crossing. Love Animal Crossing. I do want to cover it one day. It's just too boring to watch on the screen, and it's boring enough of us droning on about stuff for half an hour, let alone nothing stimulating you on the screen.
Very true. So I believe that they sold that many copies.
Really?
You sure they didn't steal it back and then reset it.
Yeah. So another copy, sir? Built-in obsolescence in it, so you've got to buy another copy. Oh, I've worn out my cartridge. But the Super Mario, if you think that's good, the Super Mario series in total has sold
Right.
over 300 million games. That's a lot of games. Nintendo must have a lot in their war chest.
Especially their prices for games.
Yes.
Think how much money that is. It's incredible.
Well, that's a curious point. Working in video game retail back in the day, the Mario games are always called evergreen titles. So that means that throughout the year they would always keep their price. They would never drop. So you'd always have them at the £25 to £30 price range, and they would always be hero titles as well. So they'd be on the top of the shelves, and people still lap them up. Christmas time, you couldn't keep Mario games in stock, especially around the DS and Wii era.
Yeah.
They were like gold dust. People were lapping them up. I think you probably could have put a couple of NES copies in the section with
I've
the
got
Wii.
mine.
Have you?
Yeah. DS, the Wii.
Yeah.
It's about to go really.
It's good. There's two solid machines.
Yeah.
Selling over 100 million units
Well, I'm
each.
a Sega man, you know that.
Yeah, I know that. I'm a Sega man too. You know that.
I know that.
So this game's such a big deal that I don't know whether any of our sort of viewers remember the NES Classic Game Boy Advance console, which had the design on the box for it, which was absolutely fantastic. You know, that just cements the fact that when you think of the NES, you think of Super Mario Bros. And the two just go hand in hand. For me, you have hardware and one software example that goes with the game so well. Now, this is where I think the Nintendo Switch has done so well, because you've got Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which is what the system is known for right about now.
Yeah.
It is the system seller, and I think it will be forever known as Switch and Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Nintendo Entertainment System Super Mario Bros. Mega Drive Sonic the Hedgehog 1, Dreamcast Sonic Adventure.
That's where I always thought Microsoft went wrong. You know, obviously they did alright for Halo, didn't
Halo,
they?
yeah.
You think Halo, but then they bring out the other consoles and they hold back games.
They do, yeah. They do, and that's the thing, is there isn't really anything on the Xbox One you can think of apart from Forza, which is like the mascot car.
Yeah, exactly.
Car's the mascot.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But this is rated highly to this day and is still considered to be a masterpiece by pretty much anyone that's played it in the past and now. So I feel that the NES itself as a console, although I don't really rate the hardware because I'm not familiar with it, I didn't really grow up with it. Again, as we said, we were Sega kids.
We was.
So we don't really have any affinity with this machine itself. But
I always remember playing this around like friends' houses and stuff like that. You know, like the Sega, and I'll go around and play this game.
did you?
Yeah.
Oh, see, no, none of my friends had something as old as that. It was all the latest stuff. You know, all the kids that I knew lived in Peville and stuff like that. So yeah, they had whatever Amigas.
And I obviously grew up with kids in back alleys, so we had plenty of NESs around.
Yeah, I mean there were certainly a lot of NESs about. I mean, I think 70 million of them were sold
so
towards the end. A lot of them buggers around. Something worth mentioning is, it's very topical at the minute as well, is that Nintendo released the NES Classic console, which is a little miniature retro-inspired console, which takes its cues very much from a lot of the on-chip hardware that was released. Sega did droves of it, and you had the various Atari flashback consoles, but Nintendo did their own official NES Mini version.
That's right.
And that console featured loads of games built into it. Now, people pioneering actually hacked the machine to run different games. That's a subject I don't really want to get into. But what's happened now is, under 12 months from the launch of that console, Nintendo have discontinued it, so you cannot get one. So that is a ultra rare piece of hardware. If you get the chance to get one, pro tip, pick it up, because it's going to be worth a lot of money in years to come.
And even if you think you've got 50 quid, it was that price when they came out. Worth it.
Yeah, grab it,
Worth it.
definitely. I think they're going to be far more scarce than the actual original
definitely.
hardware. So,
well, this had plenty of years to go
yes.
to sell, and obviously this one, 12 months.
Yeah.
It's under 12 months. Isn't
Under
it?
12 months.
Under,
yeah. Yeah. So an extremely scarce piece of hardware. Nintendo knows exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, they do.
They've got you by the purse strings.
That's why I felt sorry for the Mega Drive. They re-released the little one.
Yeah.
That didn't get a buzz, did it?
No, it didn't.
No.
Because it was rubbish.
Well, still, I feel sorry for Sega. They're not even going around anymore. It's like, come on, buy this.
Well, the Mega Drive 1's going back into production in Brazil. Yeah. The actual legitimate full Mega Drive 1. is going
with
back
the old Switch turn-on thing. Nice.
Yeah, going back into production in Brazil. Tech Toy releasing it.
Big, small, what we're talking?
Yeah, the full size. The
Full
whole
size.
console. The full fat experience.
That's incredible.
Full fat experience getting re-released again.
Nice.
It's a lot of money, I think.
God, I hope it takes the old cartridges.
It does, yeah. It's everything. It is a Mega Drive 1.
Wow.
Back there.
Brand new Mega Drive 1.
Yeah, in 2017.
I was like, yeah, last time we did that was what, 97?
Yeah. Back in Toys R Us, Argos, bundles.
Wow.
There we go. Right, so how would we rate this game today?
Yeah, it's rates. Rate the game.
Graphically.
Graphically, got to remember before its time, I give it a 9.
Yeah, it's timeless, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm going to give it a 7. I don't like 2D Mario games. Sound.
Sound. I love the sound, that great tune, and the beep beep beeps. It's quite enjoyable, so I'll give it an 8.
Yeah, I'm going to give it an 8 for sound.
Yeah.
I do quite appreciate the sound on it. I like a bit of chip
How do you
tune.
find the controls on this?
The controls, I really razor sharp and responsive. That's an 8 for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a 7.
7? Okay.
Yeah, Mega Drive's better.
Overall gameplay.
Fun. I'm going to go with 10.
A 10?
Yeah,
10, mate, 10.
10. Yourself?
I find it quite basic. I'm going to go for 7.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The ability, the ability to go backwards and the time limit is really a killer for me. So overall,
I believe it's an 8 with you.
yeah, I think it's actually a 9 with you.
I think, yeah.
Yeah,
Bit up and down.
9 and 8.
Nice.
So Michael's on a 9. I'm on an 8 for that. It's pretty fair scores, to be honest, for people that don't really rate Nintendo, early Nintendo games.
Welcome back. Of course, it's our close-up, so this is where we do our shout-outs. Should we start?
Best start.
Yeah. Right, I'll do, you're on YouTube, so let's start with the YouTube ones. You've got Lagcast, got the boys at Lagcast. I'll just watch their videos. Pretty funny, they did outtakes at the beginning. I
Yeah,
like
that's
that.
pretty cool.
Spy Project, Last Moment Victory, Game of Geek World, which I've been checking out lately.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
very
yeah,
interesting stuff actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. I think you missed out Mikey Hay there.
Oh, my...
Our good buddy, our good friend, Mikey Hay. John Robson as well, who catches our videos religiously, and I like the fact that we do test him every now and again, because he will tell us when we've got a copyrighted episode and you can't watch it through his usual means.
Yeah.
Get somewhat indignant about that. I quite enjoy it. Do it deliberately sometimes, John. Not really.
But when
I
it's
do.
great music, it's hard to pass it up.
It
You
is.
can't have that.
It is the Crazy Taxi episode. You can only watch it on the desktop because we included the Offspring track in it. I think we have a future episode which may very well be the same, and the Resident Evil episode as well with Dead Man's Party that we have playing in it, which you can only watch on desktop.
Yeah.
That episode 4. So right. So basically, we've got a few shout outs to business as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to throw a shout out to Nerds first with Danny and Nipania Market in Plymouth.
Thank you for selling great games.
Absolutely, and thank you for your support as well.
Yes.
Really, really appreciate it. I think the tech outlet also deserve a shout out.
Oh,
Brad
absolutely.
Johnson, Brad Parker. Find them on Royal Parade in Plymouth. Fantastic selection of
It
retro
was
games.
where Antics used to be, wasn't it?
No,
No?
it's further down than that.
Further down.
Yeah, further down. So, but fantastic lads,
Mhm.
lovely shop, a very interesting array of stock that you can get in there as well. Which
Of course, he's not going to say it, but you can't forget the Once guys.
biased, definitely. Can't forget one, certainly. Exeter, St Austell, 3 in Plymouth. Find your retro games in there. There's plenty to be had. It's a
Oh, yeah.
variable Aladdin's Cave.
Yeah, definitely.
That'd be a good game to cover at some point. Anyway, sorry.
Oh, I love that game.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, even if you can't see it on the window on shop floor, just ask. I'm sure he's got it at the back for you. Is that it for the shout outs?
Absolutely. I feel that we might be missing shout-outs.
Choices.
Okay.
You do any more shout outs?
No, that's fine.
No.
Scale's only going to do one shout out for the person that invariably is going to dislike this video, but you're probably not watching it all the way
Everything's
through.
fine. You don't do it every episode.
Hang on a minute, there was a couple episodes back that I did it.
Okay, so let's talk prices for this. Obviously, we're talking PAL version. So you can pick up all 3 Super Mario Brothers 1, 2, and 3, of course, about £50-60.
That's, what, in the boxes?
Yeah, all in boxes.
That's pretty
yeah.
good. That's pretty good value for money. Yeah.
Yeah. As far as a box game go, look about £10 to £30, all depending on the condition. Unbox £8 to £10.
That's a bargain.
Yeah.
An absolute bargain.
Yeah. Don't forget, I did say it's durability, so if it's unboxed, don't worry, it is solid. It'll be mint condition, it'll work straight away, hopefully. Don't hold me on that.
Just make sure that if you do get an unboxed copy of this game, that you don't blow into the cartridge, okay? Now, your NED cartridges don't want to be blown, so don't go that next step with them. If anything, clean them with some sort of rubbing alcohol or something like that. Give them a rub rather than a blow. That's my advice for today.
Great.
You like that?
Yes, mate. It's great.
I've had too much drink.
Yeah, fair few. Well, is there anything else we need to?
I feel that we need to maybe do a shout out to our own needs, like our social networking, etc., etc.
Okay. Right, so you can check us out on Twitter at Mike Langerbeer.
And at Forbes Longdon.
I don't go on it much, but if you was to go on it and talk to me, I'll probably go on it more. I just get gobby to celebrities, is what I do with it.
Very much like Gordon Ramsay does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What we've got the MIC page, not
Being Funny Productions,
That's the
MIC Films Entertainment, doesn't even know his own product. That's fair enough, it's okay. I feel he's going to defect at some point. So, go off and start his own thing. One grumpy retro gamer. Heard it here first. Michael. Tell me what's in store. What are the future plans for Two Grumpy Retro Gamers? We've hit, episode 17 here.
117 already.
Here we are.
So 18, what haven't we covered? Because, it took us 17 episodes to finally get to the NES.
Right. So what are you feeling? We're feeling a new piece of hardware next week?
I'm thinking so, yeah.
Right. What's your views?
What have we played? Tell you what, we haven't played yet. The Master System.
The Master System?
Master System, yeah.
Offshoot. I like it. Okay.
Yeah, you like it?
Yeah, he's going for the crapshoot. He's put some points on the board here. I think that the Master System might very well be the logical step. Go with the 8-bit contender to the Nintendo Entertainment System. So Sega Master System it is.
Okay.
Any future plans, or are we going to keep that wraps now?
Yeah, I'll tell you what. Master System, find out what game it is.
Good. I like that. It's going to be whatever's built into the machine, invariably. In which case, I've been flinging Cooper Forbes Longdon.
I've been eating too many mushrooms, Mike Langerbeer.
See you next game.
See you next game.